Alright guys, so welcome back to the channel, by the way. We are working on Project Two-Tone, and it's that old saying I always tell you guys, cars will bite you in the ass every single time, and they did. So let's just kind of get into what we're dealing with. Alright boys, so you caught last week, we starting to pull the interior apart, do some stuff. We're like, oh yeah, the carpet's good, we can save it. Well, look, this is just problem number one. You look at this carpet, there's no way in hell. We're just going to pull it out and have it steam clean and all that, because it stunk. Well, as you can see, it's about 10 different colors. There's no way that's going back in. But the real problem is you can feel the carpet right here. It's dry. It's dry. Everything looks good. So if this carpet was, you know, in decent shape, we probably wouldn't have pulled it out. Here's the problem. See how it's soaking the floor? Yeah. Soaked. Absolutely soaked. This is what they call the mass back or sound deadening heat insulation. You see this? This is actually dry right now, but you can see something was either leaking or spilled and soaked this and caused the surface rust to start forming on the floor pans. This up here is wet, like soaked, and the other side was worse. And you can see the nice wonderful black mold. I think me and Dover probably need to go get checked for yeah. So what does that mean? Why is our floors wet? Let's look right over here. And it could be, you know, sometimes it could be the doors, you know, the weather strips, which it is. But as you can see up here, it's good. No rips or tears. But you look right here, and this is wet. And you can follow, I don't know if you can kind of follow these lines. Yeah, we got a bigger issue. And this not being a factory windshield, that's pretty much going to go ahead and tell you what that issue is. You can see right there, this car's had a windshield in it before. So, essentially, the windshield wasn't put in right, however long ago that was, and it's been leaking under there. And if we hadn't come in here, pulled all this out in an effort to clean it, it would have eventually rotted through the floor pan. So when I tell you guys, cars will bite you in the ass and you need to check and check and check. All right, so next issue real quick, which that is completely normal. Actually, LMR's got a complete kit to help you fix that, but seats ripped out, so we get to do a little welding. But you can see what it did, what that moisture did to the floor pans. Now luckily it's still solid, so we're going to seal that up, but we'll show you more fun that that moisture caused as we were pulling the seats out. Yeah, broke that off. This actually probably broke because the front was pulling out and putting more stress on this, but you can see it was starting to rust out your seat tracks too. So yeah, basically a car that looked very solid, and you know, everything seemed to be really nice in the interior, just keeps throwing you curveballs. So they need to be ready, right?
Yeah. Don't call it a project or nothing, huh?
Just because it looks nice, there's always something hidden when you got a car this old. Alright, so let's do a little look in here. You can see right here. Yeah, you can tell it stinks. It's got mold on it, but it's dry over here. But pull that up, you can see it's wet. So, but you can also see the lines where it's running down. But this has got to come out too, because it freaking stinks. I'm gonna imagine that side's wet over there too. Fun times. All right, boys. So back to the back to the obvious. Yeah, I'll go ahead and put carpet in it. Unfortunately, the carpet they're making now, the quality isn't all that great. But what are you gonna do? It's definitely not OE, but can't put this stuff in. So let's go ahead and tally up what we've got so far. Just fooling with the interior. Had to have a console because the console was cut. Both the seats are pretty well. Well, this one's not horrible, but it ain't great either. Driver seat's done. Tracks pretty well trashed. I mean, you can weld that up, but cluster was bad. The windshield is leaking down into the firewall and soaking the floors. What else? Oh, the cluster. Did I say the cluster was bad? The cluster was bad, and so far, I think that's...
Windshield.
Yeah, windshield. Which I knew the windshield. I had to replace the windshield, so... Luckily, that's not... that didn't hurt too bad. All door parts on the way. Map, pocket leads, grills. Console was jacked. Luckily, I've got all that. But... yeah, guys, so basically, I guess the lesson here is these freaking cars are old, and even the ones that look to be in pretty good shape, I got stories to tell. You know, you don't ever know if a car's been wrecked, repaired, you know, who's done what to what. You just don't know. And just like with this engine, the engine was junk, you know, and the engine seemed to be fine when we got it. So it's, you live and learn. Also, guys, like when Pop's car went up to Michigan for paint, overall I'm thinking, hey, car's pretty solid, it's a Southern car. And then Adam starts taking it apart, getting the ground effects and different things off, and finding stuff that we didn't even know about. So it's one of those where you've got to manage your expectations, you got to know what you're looking at, and you've got to, you know, you got to do your due diligence, check stuff over. And you know, again, they're old cars. They've been basically modded and driven hard and everything else since the day they came off the showroom floor. So they're gonna have a story to tell, and look hard. There's because you never know. You just never know what's happened to these cars over the course of, you know, 30 plus years. But yeah, guys, that is it. I'm gonna go order a bunch of parts from LMR, and hopefully we don't have any more surprises. That'd be nice, but who knows? If we do, we'll just fix them. So that is what is up, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. If you did, big thumbs up. Make sure you smash that subscribe button. And if you're out buying Fox bodies, or any car really for that matter, look them over hard.